Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwame Sha'ala, Koholoyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakaha Kodash, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf. That's all here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Wach. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this article is in Survival World. Says restaurants beg customers to come back, but customers say they did it to themselves. But no, they ain't actually do it to themselves. They did in a sense, but it's really your government. Your people from on top, your people from on high, starting from the elite and going up into those that scam demic that they pushed on the people that shut down a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? That everybody stuck in their damn houses with them diapers on their face. And once you came back outside, a lot of businesses had went out of business, and prices went up on shit from inflation, and it never came down. And it's only steady rising with another Edomite in power, Donald Trump. You know, so the people are pretty much out here. Let's get Proverbs 29:2. You can't afford shit because of your own people. You fucking Edomites, the people that are in power, so-called white man. Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And I was at the plantation today, riding by a whole lot of shit that I can remember. When the COVID-19 was going on, a lot of those restaurants shut down. A lot of businesses shut down. A lot of, staple little in-city restaurants, stores, shit, places you can buy damn bikes, even certain mechanic shops. It was a lot of shit that shut down when Esau came through with, Dr. Fauci pleading the fifth. This guy been pleading the fifth. Every single one of you fucking Americans should be up in arms, especially you ones that lost a business. You should be suing the government. And things never came back the same. Only thing that turned up was DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Zoom calls and shit like that. Only shit that you can do or get delivered from home. All these restaurants been trying to throw all kinds of extra deals. They got all, and then you got all this shit going on with the explosive diarrhea, because Esau cut a lot of funding for FDA or USDA, like those departments that kind of keep on top of you not getting any badass food in your house from a grocery store or something like that. They had people that would watch over certain things, certain laws, that, they would catch whether or not. Now, why the fuck do you think you seeing all this shit recalled? You've never in your life seen so many food products. I've never, me personally, I can speak for myself. I've never seen so many food recalls on all kinds of shit. Just all kinds. It's 1 or 2 every week. You can't eat this. You can't eat that. People are going to the hospital for this. People are dying from that. From foods, man. Shit that you used to be able to go into your backyard, grow, and now you can't. Because Esau done fucked that all up. You can't trust nothing from the rainwater because he done fucked up the skies, man. So you have your own so-called neighborhood white man to blame for all the bullshit. But these people can't afford to go to no restaurant and you can go to McDonald's, bro. Some of you used to be able to go and hit there, get a little $5 combo. Burger, fries, drink. That shit then gonna hit you over the head for like $20 now. Easy. Let's go through some of this. You'll see some of these prices. I don't even know how people still going out, but that's the purpose of this lesson and this article is that people they're starting to not go nowhere. They can't afford it. First off, your gas. By the time you get in your car and sit in a drive-thru, you done burnt $5 worth of gas. Then you get to the damn drive-thru window, you paying $25, $30 for a combo and an extra fry. By the time you do all that and you get back home, you done spent $50. No one can afford that no more. You need that money to go into your damn tank just to get back and forth to work. Hey, people cars are being repossessed because they can't pay the car payment. Mortgages are not being paid. People are losing their homes. I've been seeing all kinds of houses for sale. Never used to see that. And nobody's buying them bitches neither. Because generally houses don't stay on the market too long like that. Seeing all kinds of boarded up, abandoned buildings where I used to ride by, and they were flourishing businesses, man. So we're happy to see this place fall, man. It says restaurants across the country are struggling with slower traffic, rising costs, and customers who increasingly say eating out simply is not worth the money anymore. And it's not. In a video examining the restaurants industry in 2026, this person, this guy named Rios, he's on TikTok. He got some clips of it. Customers' complaints and local news reports showing a growing divide between restaurants asking people to come back and diners who say high prices, disappointing food, and aggressive tipping and added fees push them away in the first place. Yeah, you got kiosks asking you for a motherfucking tip, and nobody even, what I'm supposed to tip the computer? Then you're getting horrible fucking service. You're getting your food from a motherfucker that's frowning. Then the food is not even prepared right. It's not even presentable. Toss your shit in the bag. The fucking fries are soggy or been sitting under the damn heat, because you know they're not throwing nothing away like that. They're going to definitely try and push whatever they can on your ass. And you, Jake, y'all go eat anything, man. You eating all this bullshit ass fast food. And that's not just the fast food. It's what these sit-down restaurants that you thinking that you're fine dining in. You might as well, man, look. That shit ain't no different than fast food. Really, in reality. Okay, but it says, I hate that we're living in a time period when restaurant food is simultaneously absurdly expensive and also aggressively mediocre, one creator said in the clip. Rios began with clips from customers arguing that even basic fast food and casual restaurant meals have reached prices that no longer make sense, and it don't. I don't see how you motherfuckers still affording that shit. One man said he and his son spent $52.64 at Chipotle's on 2 bowls and 2 drinks. That's crazy work. So you're looking at $26 a piece, man. Just for a bowl and a fucking drink? Crazy as hell, man. He also recalls spending more than $62 for a breakfast and a coffee for 2 people at Denny's, including a 20% tip. So he was out damn near $80, man. Salakia for that bullshit. For Denny's? Come on, bro. Not worth it. I'm scrambling up eggs at the fucking crib, man. Make my own shit at the crib, bro. Okay, it says his frustration was simple. These were not luxury meals. Yeah, you spending that kind of money on some bullshit. Other customers mentioned paying around $18 for a regular Jersey Mike's sub. A sandwich? Bro, you know how much deli meat you can go buy, man? You can go have fresh sliced deli meat. Fresh sliced. You can get you, well shit, the damn lettuce giving motherfuckers explosive diarrhea, but let's just say you can get a head of lettuce, a nice big juicy tomato. You can go and get the vinegar. You can anything that you want, salt and pepper. You can season it the way that you want. The cheese that you want. The sub bread that you want. You can toast that shit at your house, and you can eat sandwiches for a few days, man. And you go and spend $18 in one fucking setting for a damn sandwich. You deserve to be jerked. It says for a regular Jersey Mike's sub, chips, and a drink. Which you can keep that damn drink and them chips, and the fucking sub, because the bread ain't shit. It says, while another clip showed 8 pieces of chicken with rice, priced at $15. That ain't shit. Hey, at my job, in our cafeteria, they got 5 wing dings. You know the wing ding sections? You'll have like 2 little drums in there and like 3 flats. 5 of them bitches is $9.35. And them bitches just be sitting there. Like, nobody spending that for 5. Are you crazy, nigga? I can get 2 whole chickens, bro, for that price, man. At the supermarket damn near. Okay, but it says, Rio said the problem is not merely that everything costs more. Customers are also comparing restaurants against one another and choosing the places that still appear to offer some value. One creator pointed to In-N-Out as cheaper than many competitors and said restaurants such as Chili's, BJ's, and Red Lobster could sometimes offer lunch for under $20, while some fast food orders now approach or exceed that same amount. I'm not going nowhere spending $20 for lunch. I can't see it. Now that's just me. I'm not the eat out person anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the supermarket and I'm trying to make the best of this defiled ass bread amongst the Gentiles. Matter of fact, let me get that scripture because all the shit is defiled. But I'm going to the supermarket and I'm gonna try and make the best of it after, praying to Yahweh about H.I.M. because he said to not lean to your own understanding. So we pray to the Lord, to help us avoid some bullshit and to also, just bless the food and help us to get the best that we can while we're in this captivity. So this is Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So wherever we are, we're getting the least of the best quality stuff to begin with. And even these people that's thinking that they're getting high quality stuff, it's something wrong with that too. It's not just all the way fresh. It's not all 100% natural or whole foods like Esau like to proclaim on his packaging. Natural, all natural. He's able to slick his way with these messagings on his defiled ass food and make it seem as if everything is all 100% and it's not. Right? So the Lord, he says again, and Yahweh, that's the true name of the Father, Yahweh, which means that he, Salakia, this damn siren. Trying to see if this sound kind of close. You in the hood? Salakia. But anyway, Yahweh, that's the true name of the Father, which means that he exists with the existing one. Yeah, this motherfucker is in the hood. He right up the street, right in front of me. Somebody shit burning, don't smell nothing. I do kind of smell something though. Salak. But anyway, the true name of the Father is Yahweh, which means that he exists with the existing one, and the true name of his Son is Yahweh Shai, which means that he's the Savior or deliverer in the Paleo Hebrew. And he's coming to get us out of the hands of our enemies that have been serving us this trash ass food for a price. Because food not even supposed to, man, come on, bro. You ain't supposed to be paying for no damn food. You supposed to put in the work basically to get it, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, with planting. But you should be able to go out and plant food in your yard and eat fresh every day. Esau, he doesn't allow you to have enough land to plant you a couple of fruit trees. You can plant a pear tree, an apple tree, peach trees, lemons, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? There was a time when people had land like that. This man, he got you in an apartment building, want to put you in a 15-minute city and come buy some shit from him that you don't know where it came from. So the Lord is Yahweh is going to get us out of that situation, man. But anyway, let's go back to the article. You Edomites complaining about your bread and circus being taken down. Okay, it says the value question becomes difficult for restaurants because customers do not care only about the owner's operating costs. A restaurant may have higher rent, labor, and ingredient expenses, but the customer still has a limited paycheck and can simply stay home. Yeah, man. This motherfucker wants you to come on, bro. It's just, and this is what Esau really wants. He wants to drive everybody into just basically shopping with him. Come to Walmart. Come to Target, come to Sam's Club, come to Costco's, come to BJ's, he Publix, or he wants these big box stores to be just those simple big box stores to be running shit. So when he gets ready to shut every damn thing down, and starts to chipping the people, microchipping every goddamn body, you only have these couple of places that you can come. So he's shutting down all the other shops, man. It says, he said many newer restaurant markets themselves are casual neighborhood gatherings, places with friendly branding and welcoming interiors. Yet their menus can make clear that the business is aimed at people comfortable spending $40 to $50 on an ordinary lunch. Who the fuck spending that kind of money, bro? I remember, man, we used to go out, man, in a group of 10 and wouldn't spend that kind of money. Well, that was a long time ago, back when you could, crazy work now, boy. It says this problem is too expensive and people don't have money, the creator said. He agreed that price was the central issue and dismissed explanations, blaming changing habits such as weight loss drugs or young consumers eating less as relatively minor compared with affordability. Yeah, man. People eating their asses off. Some big ass people in the world, man. The weight loss drugs. Everybody ain't on no weight loss drugs. Some motherfuckers out here, they enormous, man. Eating up everything. Commenters were even more direct. One wrote that restaurants had previously told people who could not afford to tip they should stay at home. And that's some crazy shit, because I shouldn't be tipping you to do your damn job. Let your employer tip you. Your employer should be paying you. You got a kiosk. Matter of fact, hell, you go to Walmart right now, motherfuckers be wanting you to donate the rest of your change on the round off your damn change and give to whoever the fuck. And I'm always pushing no. Like, no, motherfucker. I'm not giving you nothing. You go to a damn restaurant, you doing all the work at the kiosk. Here you go. Matter of fact, going back to Walmart, you in Walmart at the self-checkout doing the work that they should be doing. And then motherfuckers asking you, would you like to round off or donate your rounded off change to this organization or this or that? Get the fuck out of here. I'm already doing the work that you should be doing. So that's the same with a restaurant. You should be paying your employees, man. Well, you know that people live off tips. Well, that's some American shit. And you know what? When those people came here with the soccer shit, those Europeans, these people was pissed at because they don't tip. They're like, no, we don't tip. No, what the fuck is a tip? They don't know what a tip is. They like, give you extra money. Some of them was mad because you see something for $1.99, and then they don't know about the 6 or 7 or 8, 9% sales tax that's on it. So they looking like, well, okay, but it said $1.99. Why is it 2 and some change now? Well, that's the tip being at. Well, why isn't it just a tip already? You think that they would go ahead and just, why not just price the shit for what it is? So you'll know exactly what you're spending when you get to the counter, man. But the reason why they do that is because a lot of the times you'll pick up something extra and you'll get to the counter and you're ready to pay, so to speak. And you just like, well, damn, it ain't what I thought it cost. But sometimes you'll still keep it like, oh, well, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead, I'll pay that extra anyway. But what I've been doing as of late, I throw that shit to the side, let them put it back. Because it's not what the price that what it said it was going to be, so to speak. Anyway. Okay, so it says, people are staying home and now it's a problem, the commenter said. Another simply responded, to struggling restaurants, we broke too. Yeah. The reaction captures much of the tension. Restaurant owners may genuinely be facing painful cost increase, but customers are facing many of the same pressures with groceries, rent, insurance, and household bills. Yeah, man, people can't afford it. That used to be something, that was just, some pastime shit. But people not doing that no more. It's shit too expensive, man. Gas done went up. Gas crazy work right now. That shit add up. That shit adds up. You thinking, okay, you used to be able to fill up your car for like 30. Depends on what kind of car you got. Just $30. That 30 done jumped to 50. That's a huge difference. That's an extra fucking, $100 or so a month, man. $200 in some cases. Depends on what kind of car you got. That money, that's money you used to be able to go and do stuff like that with. It says one restaurant worker with a decade of experience claimed much of the food served at different establishments comes from the same major suppliers. And that's true. You thinking that and they worded it perfectly right here too. It says, meaning customers may be paying very different prices for products that are more similar than they realize. The same food, different plate, the worker said. And that's all that it is. Packaged in a different way. Reels highlighted commenters who said they had worked in restaurants and became less willing to eat there after seeing how food was stored or handled. Some people accused specific chains or locations of poor cleanliness, while others defended former workplaces as well run. Yes, some places are. But you dealing with somebody, man, that's making, a couple of dollars an hour, $8, $9, $10 an hour, and they don't give a fuck anyway. Especially in the hood. I don't know how a nigga in the hood would go to a fucking fast food restaurant. You out your goddamn mind. Because Jake really don't give a fuck. But a lot of these so-called white people don't neither. But I don't trust them anyway. Because, they do too much nasty shit. You know what I'm saying? And they got that perpetual hatred for you niggas. So, they may smile in your face. And this nigga, he's smearing some semen or something on your damn sandwich, man. You just never know it, or some shit or something. You just no, not going out, man, and paying no money for somebody to hand me some, and especially not no damn DoorDash, no fucking Uber Eats. I'll be damned if I'm gonna allow somebody to come pull up with my food in his dirty ass car. You crazy? You don't know what this nigga be done, man. Anyway, these are individuals' claims rather than proof that entire chains operate that way, but Rios used them to illustrate why customers' trust has weakened. Yeah, man, you got a lot of people getting sick, man. Food poisoning and shit like that. One viewer summarized the problem as prices up, quality down, service down, and cleanliness down. Yep. You got to deal with a fucking attitude and you spending your money. Motherfuckers don't say hi. They don't say thank you. They don't greet you. It says that combination is especially damaging. People may tolerate a more expensive meal of the food. Hey, what's up now? And experience feels special, but charging more for something customers believe has become worse creates resentment very quickly. It says some restaurants are not asking for help. It says the pressure is no longer limited to customer complaints. Rio played a local news report from Richmond in which businesses were asking residents to support restaurants and shops that were struggling with rising costs and fewer customers. Well, you should be trying to get some of that, get you some money out of Trump ass, all that Doge money that he was supposedly been, this nigga cutting everything, man. Got everybody's shit going up, and he's talking about some make America great again, and you still got some of these clowns out here still following this dude. You think they went and you think these motherfuckers will really be an uprising when it doesn't happen already? But you Americans are doofy as hell, because you being fucked over right in your face and you not doing nothing about it. It says reporter Maggie Glass spoke with Ellen Hopper, owner of the Fat Rabbit Bakery in Union Hill, who said restaurant margins had always been narrow but recently felt even thinner. Yeah, we're glad to see you fall, Esau. We're glad to see you fall. You damn Edomites. Here you go, right here. Look at this guy. He's just looking like they ain't got none of the video. But yeah. No, because these these expensive ass places, bro, is just too crazy for something simple, bro. It says they always are, Hopper said, a tight profit margins. Lately, though, it just feels like these days it's even smaller. It's so thin, that you might as well get ready to go out of business, and we're happy for you. She described the perfect storm involving normal summer slowdown, unfavorable weather, and rising business expenses. Rio acknowledged those realities, but said restaurant customers do not suddenly have more disposable income simply because owners are paying more to stay open. That is the uncomfortable math on both sides. Restaurants may need higher prices to survive, while customers may need lower prices before they're willing to return. Rios also showed another restaurant-related post asking whether the industry was experiencing an unusual slow summer. Yeah, everybody, all this shit's slow. People not even out and about like that. When your gas prices is high and you used to just be able to jump, people don't even drive. When you got traffic out on the streets, a person may not even be hungry and pass by a fucking McDonald's or a Burger King, smell that smell, and pull up just because they out and about. People not out and about like that no more. People not wasting gas just to go do shit, to be fucking off. When people jump in their car, they going to handle something for real. They're not out here joyride no more, man. It's not I'm going to see my cousin. I just want to get out for a ride. I'm going across town. I'm going to see mama. I'm head over. You know what I'm saying? And then as you may be like, oh, well, fuck it, because when traffic is out like that, it brings business. Because people, they just see some shit and they, people big-eyed here. A lot of Americans are consumers. This is a consumer country. When people, motherfuckers just constantly consuming. But if people not driving, they going home. They going home to cook up a poor man's meal. People trying to survive right now. And then the people that can actually afford shit like that, they not coming. They know the shit is unhealthy. Basically, a lot of these places to even eat, so they're not eating like that anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna end out here in a sec. I didn't want to ramble, but I'm just going through the article. But let me get this scripture real quick, because I don't want to ramble without bringing out. We're just moving in the spirit. We just showing that Esau's falling and it's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing, man, to see Esau fall and them complaining. Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And that's what we're witnessing. Because there was a time, you know how hard they make it for Jake to get a business? But you fussing and cussing, and you sad about you not getting business. You know how hard it is for a so-called black person in America to get a damn loan to even get a business going. You made it incredibly hard. All your redlining, all your racist shit that you've done to keep Jake down, and all of a sudden you got family businesses that's been around generations that's folding. You Edomite shit is folding, and we're happy about it. Because again, when it comes to Jake trying to start something, you have systematically set it up to fuck them over. You give them a real bad interest rate on a loan if they do finally get one. You put them through all kinds of hell to even get going. And then you set it up where foreigners, these other heathen, can come into our neighborhoods and set up shop, and they can set up restaurants and set up all different kinds of businesses. You know what I'm saying? While Jake just can't do any of those things, and then you fussing about losing business and your ass having to put we're going out of business sale in your fucking window. No, we're happy about that. Let's say it continues, man. We're happy about that shit. Let's get a little more with end out. It says even fine dining is feeling the pressure. Yeah. Because if fast food restaurants, if a combo at McDonald's is costing you damn near $30, how much you think it's costing you to go to a fine dining restaurant? The problem appears to extend beyond fast food and casual chains. Rio included a news report about Vine Hospitality Group closing 7 Bay Area restaurants. Yeah, close them bitches down, including Left Bank and LB Steak, with employees reportedly receiving little warning. They like, yep, we gonna work your, and that's Esau. He'll work your ass to the very last day. He know he about to close. He knew he was gonna close. He ain't even tell you, so you can be looking for you another job. He let you work your last day, and then you might actually have a problem getting your last check. Good for you. The report says some workers and patrons wondered whether slower lunch traffic played a role. Rios found that significant because these were not bargain restaurants in struggling areas. These included French dining, steakhouse concepts, operating in an affluent part of California. So yeah, a lot of your affluent, they pretty much gone anyway. Those affluent people, those really wealthy people, they done left the country. They not really there like that. They may still own the property. They may still have the house. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them people, they gone. They done already uprooted because they can see the fall of America. They in a whole nother country now, living. They might, probably got those very homes up for sale, trying to sell those expensive ass mansions. Some of them selling them at a discount because they know that it's a done deal. America's through. It says people don't want to pay that kind of money anymore. He also highlighted a pizza restaurant owner defending a $40 cheese pizza and even more expensive specialty pies by saying the business used high-end ingredients and spent substantial time working with suppliers. $40 for a cheese pizza, bro. It's not saying how big, and it's probably like maybe a medium at best. The owner said people misunderstood the idea that charging $40 for a pizza was somehow an easy way to become rich. Rios understood that ingredients and labor cost money, but said many customers simply looked at the final price and decided it was not worth it. No, it's not. You gotta, man, put your thinking cap on, man. But hey, there was a time when people, because I worked at an affluent mall, and I can remember working there, and I was, matter of fact, just before I came into this truth, and a lot of things started to click in my mind, at that particular time. That actually, and it was the Lord, man, that was bringing me into this truth, because I was starting to hate so-called white people for the first time. That was well before I came. I was really starting to, really just hate them motherfuckers, because when I worked in that mall, they treated you like shit, because it was janitorial. You know what I'm saying? You cleaning the restrooms behind them. You just cleaning up behind the motherfuckers. And I can remember one day, it was, I'm not sure, I think it was Anita Mike, because there's all kinds of people that lived in the area. Damn sure one Jake and one so-called blacks like that. But I can remember one day, I was coming along, I had my little broom and my dustpan, and I'm sweeping. And it was, he appeared to be Anita Mike at the ATM machine. And I'm sweeping. He grabbed his money out of the ATM machine. He grabbed his receipt, and he just tossed it in the air, and it just floated, because it just floated to the ground. He seen me sweeping. Just kind of just, you piece of shit, you sweep that shit up. Do your job. So, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I ended up seeing the receipt, and I'm just looking at that motherfucker. That motherfucker, this was his you know how you have a savings and you have a checkings account. And this was his checkings that he had grabbed. He had grabbed, I think, like $200 or $300 out of there. And his remaining balance on that ATM receipt was $996,800, and like it was like almost $1 million, just his checkings. That was just his checkings account. And so I'm thinking like, well, damn, if he got this much in his checkings, and I'm just here working for like whatever amount of dollars an hour I was working at the time, because it's been a while. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker got this much in a checkings account. You know what I'm saying? He was a fairly young dude too, but. And I'm like, I can't imagine what this motherfucker got in his savings. But, just, riding the bus there and looking at them big-ass homes, big-ass cribs, big-ass mansions, big-ass. And I think at the time that was like the third richest county in America, which I'm not even sure where they stand today. But it was a very affluent place. You know what I'm saying? And I can just remember going there and working for them a couple of years that I did work there. And I'm seeing them. And, the kind of shops that was in there, the kind of, I couldn't afford, none of the shit, that was there, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. It was like, the food was all expensive as hell. I can remember, you know what I'm saying, I could really only afford a meal if I was splurging on that second week of getting paid. It was that bi-weekly pay. You know how that shit go. You getting paid every 2 weeks. That Friday, you be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to splurge. I'm just going to grab a little something, whatever. But any other time, shit, you just be like, man, let me get an order of fries. You know what I'm saying? Something to just keep you going until you can get off your shift type of deal. But it was just, it was way more than that. It was just the snobbiness of them that fucked with me at the time. But I can remember how expensive food was at that time. That was back then. That was well over 10 years ago. That was way back. And they had no problem spending that shit. You know what I'm saying? They had like the Haagen-Dazs shop and shit like that. And I can remember working there for a hot sec. But, one little ball of ice cream, one little scoop of ice cream was like $6, $7 back then. That was a long time ago. And I always thought that, like, God damn, this shit is crazy. But they was able to afford it and they bought it. You know what I'm saying? But now, a lot of these people, them people with that kind of money, they not here in America no more, man. They getting the fuck out of here. Okay, so it says, I'm going to get a little bit more end out. Tipping fees and smaller portions add more frustration. Yeah, because you got what you call shrinkflation now. Rio said tipping culture has also made dining out feel increasingly exhausting. Yeah, because it's like everywhere you go now, you got to tip a motherfucker that's handing you a box of pizza. Like, nigga, it's just a small pizza, nigga. I got to now tip you $10. I got to leave you a tip too? God damn. It took me long enough to get this shit. One example showed a self-serve frozen yogurt purchase. A self-serve frozen yogurt purchase, bro, where customers were still prompted to leave a 20% tip. Another post suggested a 40% gratuity on a restaurant bill, prompting strong criticism from people who said they would simply stop visiting. Here you go, your fucking meal is $100, and your gratuity is $40. Just add it on, just cause. Crazy, bro. If you can't tip your server, don't eat out, one post said. Yup. A commenter pushed back by rewriting that message as, if you can't pay your employees a livable wage, don't run a business. Yeah. Reels also showed restaurant bills containing multiple taxes, extra charges, including local taxes, and employee benefit fees. Meanwhile, another TikToker creator complained that appetizers now sometimes cost nearly as much as the entrees. Yeah. She pointed to $19 spinach dip. God damn. Expensive mozzarella sticks, burgers sold without fries, and mocktails costing as much as alcoholic drinks. Appetizers should be like fun, a little addition. She said, now you open the menu and spinach dip is $19. Hey, man. Even when each individual increase can be explained, the final experience can leave customers feeling nickel and dimed. Restaurants may be reaching a breaking point. No, it's a done deal. It's over. That's how you know this place is falling. That's how you know, it's certain things, it's certain math that goes together just before a fall or something. And it's you mainly division. You know what I'm saying? Because that's division in itself. You got divisive customers. They're against the business owners. These businesses are man, they're treacherous now, bro. Says and that's everything. It's not just the food. It's phone companies. It's car dealerships. It's trying to buy a house. It's trying to buy some damn clothes, some shoes, some getting mechanic work done on your car, dentist work, fucking doctor. I don't give a fuck what it is. Somebody is screwing you out of something, bro. It's just crazy, bro. No one is fair no more. You gotta ask 30 questions for them to get to the point of just something really simple, because they don't want to give you the fine point because they know that they're on some bullshit. But you got to just cut straight through their ass and well, hey, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Because they trying to sell you something, and in the backdrop, it's some extra charges and fees somewhere that they're not going to explain to you until you get your fucking next bill or your monthly bill or something. So you got to be careful with these people, man. It says Rios believes more closures are likely if restaurants cannot convince customers that dining out offers reasonable value again. It's a done deal. That shit is over with. It's the spirit that the Lord has set up in the planet to make this shit fall. It's not going to come back. His video showed businesses facing a difficult squeeze. Food, labor, and operating costs remain high. But raising menu prices further may drive away customers they need most. Yeah, because you got shrinkflation. Because I done a video maybe about 2 months or so back, or maybe a month or so ago. And it was the CEO of McDonald's, the CEO of Whirlpool, the CEO of Planet Fitness, and the CEO of one more company. It was like 4 main CEOs. And they was talking about this combination of what they was talking about, of how people are not spending money no more. That's a combination for disaster of a disastrous economy. And it was basically going off into America is really falling, man. And people don't see it yet because the dollar is crashing. This whole thing is about to cave, man. It's already done caved. People just, they still walking and don't see the bricks falling on their asses. Right? But this is pretty much about the end of it. We'll get the rest of it. It says at the same time, diners are becoming more willing to cook at home, skip delivery apps, and avoid places where basic meal can suddenly become $60 or $100 outings once drinks, taxes, and tips are included. Yeah, because you can go you might as well invite somebody over. You can feed 10 people at your house for some of these prices, man, and have a good time. Turn on some music, watch the game, barbecue outside, have some drinks. Have an experience, you know what I'm saying, amongst your family and friends, where everybody laughing and giggling, and you don't have to worry about traffic, and maybe some rude ass motherfuckers that you may have to beat the shit out of, or they beat the shit out of you, because these people are unhinged now. You might as well just stay at home and at least know what you're getting for your money, so to speak. You can at least season it yourself. You can make sure that it's rinsed and washed well, or whatever the case may be. You ain't got to worry about what this motherfucker doing in the back of the kitchen. Come on, bro. It says, one commenter said eating out used to be fun, but now meant stressing, overpriced, rude service, and tips that are just not worth it. That may be the deeper problem facing the industry. Restaurants can ask communities for support, and many local businesses probably deserve it. But customers increasingly want something in return. Food that feels worth the price, service that justifies the tip, and a bill that does not feel like a financial surprise. If diners no longer believe that they're getting that, no amount of pleading may be enough to bring them back as often as the restaurant need. Hey, nah, man, it's a done deal, man. It's over. It's over, man. And it's, again, let me get that scripture again. This scripture for Esau is looking real smooth now. It's looking beautiful, man. I bring the scripture out all the time. Ecclesiasticus 25:7 again. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and a 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Because we're watching the fall of our enemy. Because Esau, again, it's hard as hell for you to, you can try and open up the same exact restaurant, be a better chef than the whole 9. You know, you got all the experience in the world. You know your credit score can actually be better than Esau in a lot of cases. And you try and go and get a loan and say, well, you know what, I need this amount. I'm trying to open up this, whatever. Hey, Esau get that loan, man, and he's off to the races, man. Well before you done been denied 10 times, and he goes in on his first go, and they actually get some extras with the loan. Oh, you don't have to pay it back at this time. You can get this percentage on the interest rate. You know, this, and this. And Esau been doing that for a long time. He been winning. This is his kingdom. So now that he's fallen, everybody's supposed to come through and support you. And you niggas, man, y'all support the most of this shit. To be honest, you support a lot of this bullshit, man. If you were to stop going to these fast food restaurants, these places would close down in at least 2 months. Why aren't the niggers showing up anymore? Why aren't the black people showing up anymore? And they'll use you niggas in every commercial, biting off into Baconators and biting off into a Supreme pizza with all the abominable shit on it. Show your ass eating shrimp, crab, and lobster in a fucking seafood commercial. And you do all that shit, you know, and that food is fucking you up the most. But you the one that's still supporting a lot of this shit, man. Let these motherfuckers fold, man. Let them fold. Because Esau living out of RVs and stuff now. Esau is living out of station wagons, man. I seen an old ass Edomite lady and appeared to be he might look like he might have been 15, 16. Living out of a damn Cadillac at Walmart. Fucking car filled with shit. It was just 2 seats for both of them to sit in that motherfucker. I know they was living out of that bitch. So let them fall, man. That's even a lot of this stuff. Even at supermarkets, man. I go to Walmart. I see I never used to see. It just surprised me. You see damn beef. You know, like ground beef. You know how they have it like 93-7, or they have 90-10, or they may have 80-20, 85-15 sometimes, or 73-27 or something like that. You know, as far as like, you know, the fat content or whatever, you getting a better cut of the ground beef, so to speak. But man, I've been seeing that shit on the clearance. Like, how the fuck you got beef in the clearance aisle? You know, it's a clearance part of the freezer. You know what I'm saying? But I never seen that before. Like, damn, y'all got beef on the clearance? But they don't have no choice because that shit is so fucking expensive, man. And it's still expensive even in the clearance. They done knocked $10 off of that shit. Because I think they got like, Walmart got like what they will have, like 4.5 pound packs, so to speak. And them bitches will be like damn near $40. for 4.5 pounds. But at least even with that, say you even grab one of those, you doing way better than going to a restaurant trying to get a burger. Because at least you can season up your burger the way that you want. You know what I'm saying? Shit, 4.5 pounds, you can damn sure have a great party off of that shit. You can make a bunch of fucking cheeseburgers or whatever out of that shit, man. You can grab you some damn russet potatoes, cut them bitches up, make your own french fries. You can bake them, or you can air fry them, or you can fucking, if you want to throw them into some damn olive oil or something like that. But shit, you come out way cheaper with a better meal with drinks. But less than this, you 2 people being fed for $100, and you ain't getting shit for that meal, man. That shit is stupid, bro. But anyway, this place is falling. We love to see it fall. And with that, hey, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala and the Bible Ball. Continue on praying for the downfall of Esau Edom's kingdom, bro. Because let me go back and get this picture of this chick right here. It's a beautiful thing to see like this right here, crying as they put that fucking going out of business sign in their damn window. This bitch right here. Here you go. Look. These Edomites right here. It's a beautiful thing. You know, she the one that owned it right here with the fat tummy right here. You know, with the tattoo all over her damn arm. Just looking crazy as hell. See, they're not used to stuff like this. It says small businesses strained by rising costs. This is on the news. It's on the news, and I've been seeing this. This is city to city. Imagine 50 states with all these different cities in it, and all these businesses struggling like how they struggling. You waste all kinds of food. There was a time when you be throwing out all kinds of food. When you got people that's homeless, man. You'd rather throw it in a trash compactor than to give it to the homeless. Millions and millions of pounds of food being wasted in America, man. So all that goddamn pride and all that, we are happy to see your ass fall. Happy to see it happen. All praises to Yahweh H.I.M, man. So with that, Shalom.